So where are we?
Mais à Nice.
Ah oui, oui.
Oui, on va
Et
partir
Ah,
à New York,
olé!
à Colorado.
C'est pas mal, hein?
You cast your stone and I watched it drop before my feet. I did not reply, I could not allow you to infiltrate.
It's now 1 hour since I left the car, or since I left Katis, and I'm now walking into the woods, into the wild basin of the Rocky Mountains.
Don't we have too much of that? Oh, we
In the Rockies! Wow! Okay, so it seems like I'm coming closer. Here's the crossing, and here, da 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 da, is my camping. Zack, the camp round. Wow, cool. First thing what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my bear box, which is this little canister. So this is all my food and all stuff that is tasty, and so I'm gonna put that as instructed by the rangers at least 100 meters away.
all my loves gather around me. They receive their strength from my eyes.
Really good. In my last video from Dubai, I talked about this workshop targeting how is it possible that some people are able to change their life and others not, or why is it that actually a lot of people know, okay, I want to change this, I want to get better at that, but then they struggle, they don't manage. And for me, it comes back to a very simple explanation. Let me show you. Like, this stone is probably the same age as your brain, or how should I say, the same time it took to make this stone as it took to make the evolutionary process to bring the brain in this formation as it is today. The brain is a really old organ, and in some way it is amazing, it is fascinating. I mean, we can do so many things, from putting a man to the moon to investigating the smallest atoms. We can calculate things, we can learn languages, we can travel around the world. Humans are capable of a lot of amazing things with this brain, but then because it's such an old structure, it also has like very outdated software in it. And so, as you maybe know, I did my PhD in neuroscience on the topic of emotions and stress, and that's probably one of the most important brain mechanism, and also one of the oldest. Like, how do you respond if you're confronted with a fearful situation, like the fear circuit? And that's a very old circuit, and it helped us to survive. Like, I have to think a lot about it actually now, sitting here in this forest and getting all these instructions how I have to behave if I encounter a bear, or what I should do. It's a bit new for me, as coming from Switzerland, where you don't have big forests with wild animals. And so the fear circuit was definitely one of the best invention of nature to survive in an environment like this. But now what happens is we don't live normally anymore in these campgrounds in the wild, wild west. We have a life in civilization where normally speaking we're not confronted with very, very dangerous situations. But what happens is that a lot of times the circuit is still active and applied to situations which it was not designed for. So if you have something in your life you want to change and you're not able to, ask yourself what is holding you back, and just be honest. Write it down. Like, if you want, I don't know, to write a book, if you want to get a new job, if you want to meet somebody, whatever it be, write down what holds you back. And probably there will things pop up like, I don't have time, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the courage, I don't have the money, I don't have whatever. Now the point is that this is a story that you tell yourself, which is not dictated by your person, it's dictated by the fear circuit. The fear circuit is just kicking in and telling you, no, you cannot do that, you don't have the money, you don't have time, whatever. And so you tell yourself a story that you start to believe yourself. That's very, very dangerous, or dangerous may be the wrong word. It's just the main reason why you not succeed in what you want to do. And the problem with it is that this fear circuit is a highway. It's so old, so often used, that in many situations it just kicks in and you cannot do a lot about it, because it's an automatism and it's not helpful. But you can do something about it. What you can do is you take a piece of paper, I don't have one here, so take a piece of paper, you write down all the things that hold you back. Be honest, and the more honest you are, the better the exercise will be. Write on one column, like, okay, whatever it is, I don't have time, I don't have whatever, write it down. And now comes the trick. Now you just turn off your brain and you make a second column and you write the 180% opposite of what you have on the first column. So if you wrote down I don't have time, then you write I take time, I make it a priority. If you say I don't know how to do that, then you write down I will learn it. If you write down I don't have the money, then you write down I'm gonna organize the money. If you write down I don't have the courage, then you write down I trust that I will find the courage. And so important is that you don't censor yourself. You just write the opposite without involving the brain, just the opposite. And now on the second column we have a new story. The funny thing is, the two stories, they are both made up by your brain. They are not reality, they are not true. I mean, of course, if I say I want to be an opera singer, probably that's not going to happen. It has to be something within your range. But most of the things that we want to approach, we want to achieve, we want to do, we don't succeed because we tell ourselves the wrong story. Because I believe, and that's my experience from my last 5 years, what I did since the last 5 years, I achieved a lot, and a lot of things, if you would write it down and say, okay, I'm gonna do this, it would be pretty like, what? And probably me too, I would like say, what? Are you serious? You're gonna tell me that I'm gonna run 4 triathlons, I'm gonna travel once around the world and interview all these people, I'm gonna sail across the Atlantic and build up my new business in spreading the word of like that you can survive, find a thriving in difficult situations, and that I can do that and travel to Colorado and spread my message. I mean, I would have said, are you nuts? And so the funny thing is, with these two stories in these two columns, they are both made up by your brain. And now it's up to you, like which one you choose to listen to. I mean, you know which one I propose that you should listen to. And So maybe it's funny now, you listen to this video and say, yeah, great, they're gonna do this, and then tomorrow you're at work or somewhere or whatever, and you forget about it, and then the old story kicks in again. That's what I mean about highway. The fear circuit is a highway, and what you try to build now is to make a new route in your brain, which is not so many times walked, and of course it takes you more energy to remember that this route exists. And it's easy to go on the highway and just fast forward and you're in your old routine again. And so what I did is I chose to wear a little like bracelet or thread or what it is, and it's just very simple, but it reminds me of the story I want to listen to, because I also made this exercise for myself, of course. I also have a lot of things that I struggle with, and so this little thing reminds me every day, because I look at it, it's here. I say, hey, you have to listen to the story that you consciously choose. And honestly, since I'm doing this, I observed that I get really forward with the things I want to achieve, and it's a pretty simple idea, but to me it's pretty powerful. So yeah, try it out. Try it out for yourself. I'm curious to hear what you think about it, if it works or not. I'm also interested to see if it doesn't work, because that's the thing that you learn more how you can improve. And yeah, then let me know. Now I have to pack my stuff and hike to the next campsite. Yabba! Come on, that's insane. Wow. Okay, I had to get in the tent because suddenly it started to shower like from nowhere. The weather can be very mixing. I'm so happy that I have a cozy tent here. So good. Good morning. I slept very well this time, but it seems like there is this windy weather outside. Wow, look at this. Wow. It's getting super nice day. I think you can only grow if you do stuff. You can read books, you can learn, you can theorize a lot, but the learning happens in an action. Let it be that you do something, you go somewhere. I mean, also if you learn a language, you have to be able to remember the word, to write it, to pronounce it. It's the action where the learning happens. And so what I really take with me is like, think less, do more, and just don't believe the story that you tell yourself too much. Just challenge yourself, just challenge your story up there, and you will be surprised. Camping is not the reason why we came to Colorado, so it was part of the package, but the real reason is because we're gonna give a talk in 3 days at the Cancer Survivorship event, and yeah, gonna show them our story, and I also am looking very much forward to this. So yeah, that's it. See you next time. Bye bye.